Welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I am StevieB, happy to have you all with us today. I am back on Next Island. I'm going to go shoot some monkeys while we talk today. So first of all, guys, let me apologize that the past couple of weeks I have been more or less MIA. Most of you are fully aware I have worked every single day for the past 4 to 6 months. I've lost track of how long it's been at this point. I've only had 4 days off total, 2 over the 4th of July weekend, and then I had 2 individual days off earlier prior to that. So mentally, physically, emotionally, I am absolutely exhausted in every sense of the word. Now, good news is we do have a new guy who will be starting with me next week. He will be there long term. I do not see him going anywhere. So my schedule should be back to regular soon hereafter. That means that we will be having those fight clubs on my weekends off, which will be every other weekend. I don't know that we'll do a fight club every other weekend, but that's kind of my goal at this point. We still need to see how that first one's going to go. That also means I'm going to have a lot more time in-game to get around to other planets to cover topics, not just Next Island and Cali, but I want to do Cyrene, Arcadia, Tulun, Monria, some Entropia in there. And I've got a lot more content planned for you guys. I kind of had to bang out the last few videos in a rush because of the time constriction. And I know they probably weren't the best videos ever, but I at least got them out there. This is going to be the 5th one for this month, which I hate to get it out this late, but at least it qualifies me for the Ascension Armor, and we can run from there. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm a little congested today, but we got plenty of sips and smacks to make up for it. So today, I want to talk a little bit more in depth about something I talked about in a video earlier this month. And that is the auction for the eggs that they will be doing in the very, very near future. So specifically, one of those eggs will be for Next Island. There are 5 eggs total. Each egg is tied to a planet. There will be one for Next Island. And the egg will eventually someday hatch into some kind of unique pet. The egg will also come with an affiliate link that if you sign people up for the game will allow you to receive 10% of whatever they deposit, essentially for the life of the account, which is how I understand it. So here's my big takeaway. I posted this on the Facebook page, and a lot of people were like, well, we don't get it. If they're fleecing people and it's such a scam and it's so horrible, why do you want one? I want one because I'm one of the very few people who can make use of it. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm super congested today. I think it's the allergies. So let me explain essentially the affiliate part of it. That's what I really want to focus on today, because most of you who play understand the pet part. Just because there's a pet does not mean it is valuable. Just because it is unique does not mean it is valuable. You could sell these eggs for $1 million a piece, and the thing that's inside of the egg, the actual pet, could be absolutely totally worthless. It might be the only one of its kind, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's worth any money at all. So that being said, let's focus on what we can calculate out, which is the affiliate link, because really the egg is a random roll. It's a random chance. We really don't know what's going on with that, right? So let's look at the affiliate link. So the affiliate link is where I have the biggest problem with how they're marketing this, in addition to the fact that they're using the egg strategy. The reason they're using the egg strategy, and it's working for them, I'm seeing it work in spades on Facebook, on social media. People are Googling Entropia egg, and they're seeing the transaction years ago, over a decade ago, where Deathifier got the egg and sold it to Never Die, or Never Die got the egg and sold it to Deathifier. That egg had a unique mob, a creature, not a pet, inside. I think that egg took something like 3 years to hatch. And finally, after it hatched, they were able to put that creature on a land area. So there's another $15,000 to $20,000 you'd have to invest. And then they were able to have people come hunt it, and they were able to get a small portion of the hunting loot, which was able to then produce some sort of income. Now, I can't tell you whether or not it ended up being a profitable venture. I don't know how many people hunted it, how popular it was to hunt, what loot it dropped, all that. But that would be a lot of hunting you would have to go on your land area. So you can skip that altogether. There's already land areas out there that you can get that have a unique creature on it that you can then advertise. Rachel Miss Puddin does this all the time. Dombath does this all the time. I know several people who do this all the time. It's going to cost you a good chunk of money, $20,000, $30,000 in some cases. But that's not even the type of creature that's in the eggs that they'll be auctioning off. They're auctioning off a pet, a unique pet for each planet. Well, that could be absolutely worthless. The only thing you have to do is sell it. There's no way to make that generate income of any kind. And how much demand is there really for pets? Yeah, there's a few pets that are worth some money, but we're talking a couple $100 for a very small select group of pets. We're not talking thousands and thousands of dollars. So I'm seeing this work because there's people that are already telling me, well, the last egg they sold went for a ton of money, and it turned out to be really profitable. Yeah, that egg had to do with a creature in a land area, not a pet. So that's problem number one that I have. Problem number two that I have is this affiliate link thing. So a couple reasons here. Number one, we were told years ago that there would be an affiliate link system set up for the players. So this is not something we should have to pay for. This is not something that 5 people should be able to have access to. This is something that we should just be offered. That way people like YouTubers and Twitch streamers, or even people that just want to tell their friends and family about it, can do so and are more likely to do so. We can grow the community. This should just be something that's done on the regular. But instead, they're only giving the opportunity to 5 people, and you've essentially got to buy the opportunity to be an affiliate. Now, normally, I would not have a problem with that. Let me explain how normal affiliate marketing works. I want to be an affiliate marketer for something, I don't know, Milk Duds, let's say. Could be Dr. Pepper, could be Snapple, could be bubblegum, whatever, car parts, who knows. So, whatever it is, I decide that's what I want to be an affiliate marketer on. I get the links, I see what the commission rates are and the sign-up rates and stuff like that. And the first thing I do is I create a website. Now, ideally, I want this to be a high-quality website that is search engine optimized because I want organic traffic. Then, I put a lot of content on that website via blog posts talking about the product and its uses. And I do this because, again, I'm search engine optimizing this blog post. I want organic traffic. Traffic I do not have to pay for. Because that means that knowing the metrics, if like 100 people sit down and Google something related to that topic and see my website, and I have 100 clicks on my webpage that's talking about it, then for that 100 clicks, I should get one person that actually goes to the link. For every 30 people that go to the link, I should have one person that actually signs up or makes a purchase. So I can make metrics out of this. I can then go a step further. Once I've gotten to that point in an affiliate program, I can take it further and I can start doing Google ads. And I can get very, very specific with Google ads. And you can be really bad at Google ads and it can cost you a fortune. Or you can be very good at Google ads and it can cost you a smaller amount of money and you'll have a much higher click-through rate, a much higher sign-up rate, a much higher purchase rate. So you would have to do 3 things. A, you'd have to be good at affiliate marketing. B, you would have to be good at search engine optimization, and then C, you would have to thoroughly understand and be good at Google ads. And then you could take it further and you could do things like Facebook ads also. Now, there are some things that you can affiliate market that I would do Facebook for. There are some that I would not. I would say there are more than I would not than I would, to be honest. But Google ads is probably my go-to for affiliate marketing. So the problem with this is this. They are not marketing this next island egg or any of these eggs to the players. They are not doing this as an in-game auction. If they were doing that, I would have no beef with this really whatsoever. Everybody would know what they were buying. Everybody would know what they were bidding on. It's a matter of know your customer, or in this case, doing your due diligence. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that do not do their due diligence. If they were selling this in-game via the in-game auction system, I would have zero beefs. In fact, I would probably bid on not just the next island egg, I would probably bid on several of the eggs. Here's the thing. They're not marketing it to me and you. They're not marketing it to the players. They're not marketing it to us because we know that this is not the same type of egg that Never Die and Deathifier got their hands on. We know the difference between a pet and a creature you can put on a land area. We see the difference in having to sell a pet that may be useless and being able to generate tax from somebody coming to hunt a unique mob. We understand all the nuanced differences that go into that. So they're not marketing it to us. We also understand how hard it is to sign people up for Entropia. As players, we understand most people see that this game has a real cash economy and can make money, and they want to sign up as free-to-play and become a billionaire. We understand that 100 people a week will go to Camp Icarus with that very thought process. and within a week or two, 99 of them are gone. But we will find one person that realizes, even though they're not going to get rich off this game, they might be able to make a few bucks out of it and have some fun, so they'll stay. So we, as players, know that if we had that affiliate link, we can't do what you would normally do with it. We can't go search engine optimize a website and run Google ads and run Facebook ads and count on traditional click-through rates, traditional metrics, because this is a free-to-play game that has a real cash economy. So we know, as players, you have to sign up 100 new players to get one person that's not going to quit, one person that's going to stay, even though they signed up originally as free-to-play. We have to do that 50 times to find one person that's going to deposit on a regular basis. And we have to do that 100 times or 1,000 times to find that one whale that wants to deposit a lot of money every single month so that they can blow it on EP4 on condition. So we, as players, understand all the problems with what they are trying to do, what it is they are trying to market. In fact, if you look through the marketing that Mindark has put out for this egg auction, it doesn't matter if it's the one specifically for Next Island. I keep talking about that one because this is a video for Next Island. Or if it's one of the other eggs that they're putting out, because there's 5 total. Nowhere in any of the marketing that I've seen does it say Entropia is a free-to-play game. Every piece of marketing that I have seen about this stupid egg auction tries to make it sound like this is a cryptocurrency-based game, a blockchain-based game. Prime example, they said that we've had a 10-to-1 exchange rate with the US dollar for PED since inception in 2003. Well, of course, it's not a cryptocurrency. It's not a stable coin. It is a virtual currency. It's got a set exchange rate. It never fluctuates. It never has. It was never designed to. But that's not how they frame it. The way they worded it has had a stable exchange rate since inception in 2003. They're trying to frame it like a stable coin, or like some kind of a coin that really doesn't have any fluctuation, like it's blockchain related somehow, when it's not. The other thing is that they keep trying to act like these eggs are somehow an NFT, a non-fungible token. They're not. I had to explain this to some players the other day, so I will give you guys the same example. Most of you are familiar with an apartment complex. So imagine a building that has 100 doors. Each door has a room. You rent out each unit to a different person for $800 a month. That is an apartment complex. Most people do not understand the difference between an apartment complex and a condo. A condominium looks exactly the same. A condo looks exactly the same, but is totally different. How so? Well, with a condo, you're not renting the unit for $800 a month. I sell you the unit for $80,000. So it's your unit. Now, it's connected to a whole bunch of other units, but it belongs to you. You are the owner. And because of that, there's usually a yearly due system set up where you might have to pay $500 or $600 a year into a community pot, and then everybody gets a vote. So like next year, they might say, well, we need to repaint the entire building. What color should we go with? Well, just because you think we should go with hot pink, if the vast majority of the condo owners think that we should go with a navy blue, we're going with navy blue. And that is one of the things that you give up when you get a condo. Now, as a condo owner, you can turn around and you can rent the condo out by the day, by the week, or by the month to other people. In fact, just last night, I have a friend. She's younger. She's a nurse. She's going to Galveston, Texas on vacation, and she's going with her family and her boyfriend. She said, we need to find a really, really cheap hotel. I said, well, it's Galveston, Texas. That's not hard to do. There's cheap hotels everywhere. You just might not want to stay in them. I said, or there's a guy that he owns about 7 or 8 units in a really nice condominium complex down there, and it's pretty well maintained, pretty well kept, and he rents them either by the night or by the weekend. So instead of staying in a hotel, you can have a condo which has 2 or 3 rooms in it. It's got a nice dining area, and it's only you. Almost everybody else in the entire complex lives there. They're not visiting. They're not on vacation. You've got a refrigerator, a full kitchen. It's like renting an apartment for 2 days. I said, after you're done, you leave, and he has somebody come through. He's got a maid service that comes through and cleans it and gets it prepped for the next person. So this guy spent, I don't know, $70,000, $80,000 on a condo unit, and he has turned around and he has become a landlord that rents it out by the day or by the weekend to people from out of town that are coming during the tourist season. So he's using it to make income. But not everybody does. Most people buy condos to live in the condo. It's just like as if they were going to live in a house. And you see this a lot more in places like Florida, like Miami, where the cost of a house might be many, many times greater than the cost of owning a condo, but where you also have extremely, extremely high rental rates. So it makes more sense in some cases, especially for older people or for younger people or people who don't necessarily need a backyard, to be able to just purchase the condo instead of throwing away their money on rent. And I say throw away their money on rent in air quotes because I am not a firm believer in it's better to own than to rent. I'm a firm believer that it's better to rent than to own, and almost universally all the cases. Now, that's an entire video in and of itself away from Entropia, but as the guy who spent his entire life in real estate, yeah, generally speaking, most people should rent. I'm just going to throw that out there. So when they're talking about this egg being an NFT, it's almost the same as the difference between an apartment and a condo. They're talking about this egg. It's a virtual object. It's something that you're going to have in-game that I can open a trade window and trade with you for PED. It's going to hatch an in-game pet. An in-game pet I can then sell on Cali Trade, that somebody can just walk up to me and open a trade window and give me PED and I can sell it. This has nothing to do with blockchain. And for it to be an NFT, it has to do with blockchain. It has to be part of the blockchain. That's the whole point of an NFT. So I really don't understand how they're going to pull this off unless it's just blatant fraud and false advertising. Unless what they really do is whenever they have this auction, instead of these people becoming NFT owners, they really just own a virtual egg inside the game and there's no NFT involved at all. I don't see how they're going to do both. Because then you would have the problem of I could sell the egg in game and you could sell the NFT on a blockchain outside of the game, and there's no way to determine which one would actually be the legitimate sell. From everything we've ever seen before, the in-game trade would be the actual sell. And as far as I know, there's not a way in the coding of Entropia to try and do a transaction in-game, but not be able to complete it until it's been verified on a blockchain somewhere. That's just not part of the coding as far as I'm aware. I'm not saying they couldn't add it, but why would you do that? Why would you slow down the trade time? Excuse me. In-game trades are literally instant. You walk up, you throw it in a trade window, I hit 2 buttons, you hit 2 buttons, we're done. So why would you slow that down with the blockchain? That makes no sense. So I think what we're going to see is we're going to see these crypto bros, who crypto bros generally are pretty well versed in affiliate marketing. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to see this and they're going to think they're getting an NFT when in reality all they're getting is a virtual egg in game. No NFT involved at all. And then they're going to get this affiliate link thinking that they can market it like you would market other affiliate links. And I think the whole thing is going to screw over the crypto community horrendously. So let's circle back to why would I want it. Well, again, in my hands, those eggs are worth money. I can make those affiliate links generate money because of what I do, both in-game and the society I run with my website and with my YouTube channel. So I'll just name the other people that can make use of these eggs. Bonnie, Serial Overdrive, Laura Spade, Sarah Watson. Me. So a grand total of 5 players that I can think of off the top of my head, and there's a grand total of 5 eggs up for grabs. Guess what? I would bid on the next island egg if it was an in-game auction for PED. I would. I'm not going to bid against the crypto bros. I'm not going to go through the trouble of setting up a wallet and then getting some kind of a cryptocurrency and then sending it somewhere to have it turned into another cryptocurrency to then bid on an auction and possibly lose and then have to have all that undone and the cryptocurrency converted back and then sent back to another cryptocurrency, then sent back to my wallet, then go to some kind of an exchange and then have it converted back to cash. I'm not going to do all that because it's so much simpler than all that. If this works, and I'm afraid it probably will, I'm afraid these things are going to go for a pretty good amount of money, and there's going to be crypto bros that get fleeced. They're going to have 5 very, very, very upset crypto bros. They're going to have 5 people who spent good, hard-earned money on an egg, and if they just get a virtual item and not an NFT, then they were sold a bill of goods because they were trying to buy an NFT. And if they get an NFT and not a virtual egg, then they were also sold a bill of goods because they were promised an egg that's actually a virtual item. And if the creature that's in there turns out to be great, cool, maybe they make back a few hundred, maybe even $1,000 out of their investment. That would be an absolute miracle in and of itself. But then you have the problem of the affiliate link does not work like other affiliate links because they're not putting out that it's a free-to-play game. There is no way to advertise a free-to-play game and do paid advertising that could ever potentially make that link profitable. It's just not possible. You would have to sign up so many people. It would be a horrendous amount of people in order to get a single depositor. And then you would have to repeat this process so many times. You're paying the bills for that advertising in cash, but then the affiliate link is paying you in PED. So then you're having to turn around, withdraw the PED, which is going to cost you 10%. It's going to take several months to get that withdrawal done, and then pay your bills. So if you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars marketing this affiliate link, those bills are coming due. You got to pay that in cash like in the next 30 days. So even if you could sign people up, even if they were depositing left and right, and even if you were making money, you've got to withdraw. You're going to lose 10% for the withdrawal fee, and then you've got to have Mindark send you the money. Well, withdrawal takes what, 60 to 90 days on a good withdrawal? I've seen it take much longer than that before. So you're going to have a marketing budget 6 months to a year out. You better have a ton of cash on hand if you buy one of these eggs, and actually plan to try and market that affiliate link through paid advertising like Google Ads. So the problem is not, I have a problem with what they've created. If they created it and put it on the in-game auction and said this is a virtual egg, it has a pet in it, the pet's unique, that's all we're telling you about the pet, here's the affiliate link that comes with the egg, I would bid on it straight up all day long. I would have no complaints. My problem is they're not trying to market this to players. They're deliberately marketing it to outside people who have not done due diligence. They're doing it in such a way that if they try and do due diligence on it, they're going to come across the Deathifier Never Die egg from years ago and think it's the same thing, which is very, very, very misleading on Mindark's part. They're deliberately doing it in such a way as to make it hard for players to bid on these things, but make it easy for people who have never played the game, that have no idea how this game works, for them to bid on it. So it is designed, the marketing is designed, I should say, to fleece somebody. The egg and the affiliate link in and of itself is not designed to fleece somebody. I think it's a great idea. I think everybody should be able to have an affiliate link, even if it wasn't a 10% affiliate link, even if it was a 3 to 5% affiliate link. I think they should do that for every single player in the game. It should come with this stupid account. However, and I love the idea that like the Next Island egg, if you sign people up, they will be born on Next Island. I think that's great, because then you could pick which planet you're a fan of, which planet you like to disciple people on, which planet you know like the back of your hand. And if you spend all your time on Next Island, if you're a huge fan of Next Island and what the devs are doing, you can help support that development team. I love this idea. I love everything about it, except for the marketing and the target audience. The target audience is not us. It is crypto bros who have never played this game, who have no idea what they're getting into. It is like me building a giant condominium set, right? So let's say I build 100 units of condominiums, but I don't build it in Miami. I build it in Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan has the worst real estate market in the United States. I can buy a house right now, sight unseen, for $50 in Detroit. All I got to do is pick up the phone. The house will legally belong to me. Now, is it a house you would want to belong to you? No, it's going to be gutted to the studs. There's going to be no copper left in it, and probably 1,500 homeless people living there, because Detroit is full of that stuff. And this is what people do. They buy those things in bulk, and then, true story, this happened. A guy called me. He said, I just bought my first investment property, and I want to turn around and sell it. I bought it for $15,000. I want to sell it for $60,000. I was told it should rent for this much money, and this is the cash flow and all that. I said, cool, where is it? He said, Detroit, Michigan. I said, bro, you just got scammed. I said, that house isn't worth $20, and you just spent $15,000 on it. Well, that's exactly what they did. They went and they got a whole bunch of properties in Detroit for like $25, $50 each, and then they turned around and they cold called people, and they said, hey, you can buy a house for $15,000. Well, that sounds like a great deal if you're getting a house for $15,000, right? Oh, by the way, it's in a major city. Well, we're at Detroit. Doesn't Detroit have a pretty bad economy? Yeah, but the average rental rate in Detroit is $900 a month. Well, that's not a lie. The average rental rate in Detroit very well may be $900 a month on properties that are rentable. These properties aren't rentable. So what's the rental rate on properties that aren't rentable? Zero. Zero occupancy, zero money. But they're not telling you if it's rentable or not. They're just saying that the average rental rate in Detroit is X on rentable properties. This is exactly what they're doing here. It's like me building a condo in Detroit, Michigan, where property is literally worthless. and trying to cold call people and sell it and say, hey, condos in Miami sell for $350,000 each on average. I will let you have one of my condos for $25,000. Well, it would seem like this is a comparable property, right? No, mine's in Detroit. Mine's worthless. Mine isn't worth $5. And if I use Detroit numbers, you would know that. But I didn't use Detroit numbers. I used Miami numbers. So this is essentially what they're doing with the egg. They're coming to people in game and going, egg, affiliate link, auction. Cool. We know what this is. We know how much this stuff is worth, how hard this will be. We can kind of guess at how to value it, even if I don't know how many people I've signed up, even if I don't know how many people ended up staying or becoming depositors. I know enough about the game and what I do that I can make a due diligence call and say, this is something I want to bid on or not, this is something I want to pay for or not, here's how much. Here's how much I'm willing to risk. They're not doing that. They're going to people who have never dealt with this game before, who have no idea what any of this stuff does, how any of these mechanics work, or what the difference is between any of this stuff, and they're deliberately trying to make it look like something it is not, with the express purpose of trying to sell these things for as much money as possible, hoping to set a new world record they can then brag about to get more people to come to the game, to get more people to deposit. So think about that. They're taking your money as a crypto bro for one of these eggs, and let's say it's the Next Island egg. And I'm not blaming the Next Island development team, don't get me wrong. This is a Mindark thing. But they're taking Next Island's name, and they're trying to get all this money out of a crypto bro, and then they're going to turn around and put out a press release and sign up a lot of people, and those people aren't going to be signed up through your affiliate link. Now you've got to work even harder. So it's going to be all bad. I already know that. I really wish they had just done it in-game and kept it within the community, which is how they always did everything else, and then let us maybe possibly set a new world record, provide us something that's actually valuable for the community, and then put out the press release. They're not doing that. Now, this is different from when they sold Club Never Die. As far as I'm aware, it was before my time, Club Never Die was actually auctioned on the actual in-game auction system, as it should be. These links, these eggs, may have some amount of value in-game to current players. Me, Bonnie, Miss Watson, Serial Overdrive, Lure Spade. They have no value to the crypto bros. So I'm not saying that to rag on Next Island. Next Island has done a ton of things right. In fact, if I was going to get my hands on one of these two eggs, Next Island is one of the top 2 eggs that I would bid on. There are 2 specific eggs I would bid on if they were being auctioned in-game. I'm not going to go through all the trouble to deal with this cryptocurrency crap to bid on these things. But if I was going to bid, I would bid on Next Island and one other egg. Those would be my 2 primary choices. Because I want to support Next Island because of all the things they've done to give players new opportunities to play in new ways and enjoy the game, plus the things Next Island has done correctly in their development over the past year to 2 to make this game profitable for players who know how to make the game profitable. So it's not a diss on Next Island at all. I hope somebody like me or Bonnie or Miss Watson somehow ends up getting our hands on one of those affiliate links from those eggs, even if it's via one of the crypto bros losing a horrendous amount of money, figuring out they can't monetize it, and then coming to us afterward to try and strike a deal with us. So I really, really hope it ends up getting in one of our hands eventually. I just don't think it'll probably be at the auction. So it's nothing against Next Island. Next Island has done an amazing job. They're just part of this whole machine. So I'm going to leave it right there for today. I've got to get going to work. I need to get this uploaded for you guys before work. And obviously I've got more content coming for you in the near future. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single like matters, every single subscriber matters, because we appreciate the support of all the Stevies out there, and there's always a hater waiting to hit that dislike button. Also, go over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn. By far the best way you can help support us. And we will be back with more for you guys later. Take care, Stevies.